Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still getting it all wrong with your money? Well, today we're breaking down a super simple but incredibly powerful blueprint for finally taking control. And here's the secret. It's not about making more money, it's about playing by a completely different set of rules. To really get this, I want to tell you a story about a guy we'll call Mr. John. Now, on paper, Mr. John was a success story. Great job, pulling in an $80,000 salary. But behind the scenes, he was living with this constant low-grade panic that he was just one bad day, one unexpected bill away from total disaster. Sound familiar? And this is the exact paradox that was driving Mr. John crazy. He'd look around the office and see people earning way less than him, who seemed totally fine, totally at peace. Meanwhile, he was just struggling to keep his head above water. I mean, how does that even happen? This was his daily reality. His $80,000 salary was buying him nothing but constant stress. But his colleague, making literally half of what he did, just seemed to glide through life with this amazing sense of calm and control. And that's when the big light bulb went off for him. Your salary is not the thing that determines your financial health, not even close. So here's the truth, and it can be a tough pill to swallow. More money doesn't actually solve money problems. It just makes you more of what you already are. You see, if your habits are bad, a bigger paycheck just lets you dig a deeper hole. But if you follow the right rules, you can build serious wealth at any income. So Mr. John, totally fed up, realized he must be playing the wrong game entirely. He started digging, looking for a whole new way to think about money. And that is how he stumbled upon the minimalist mindset. And let's be clear about what this means. Financial minimalism is not about depriving yourself or living like a monk. No way. It's all about precision. It's like being a sculptor. You're strategically chipping away all the excess, all the waste, all the noise, so that the stuff that really matters, your wealth, your peace of mind, can finally have the space it needs to grow. So what did he do? He found a blueprint, a simple framework of just 10 powerful rules that totally rewired his relationship with money. Let's walk through exactly what they are. All right, rule number 1, and this is the big one. He went to war with his toxic debt. I'm talking about those high-interest credit cards, the personal loans. That stuff isn't just debt, it's financial poison. Every single dollar you pay in high interest is a dollar you are literally stealing from your own future. I mean, just look at the math here. It's brutal and it's undeniable. If you're psyched about making a 10% return on an investment, but your credit card is bleeding you dry at 20% interest, you're not winning. You are actively losing money every single day. Paying off that high interest debt, that's the best, highest guaranteed return you'll ever find, period. Okay, next up, he simplified everything. You know how it is, a bunch of different accounts, credit cards all over the place, investments scattered here and there. That just creates confusion, and confusion is where wealth goes to die. He streamlined it all, one checking account, one savings account, and one credit card that he paid off every single month. It didn't just organize his money, it cleared up so much space in his head. Rule 3 was an absolute game changer for him. He started planning his purchases. Think about it. Most of our worst financial mistakes are impulse buys, right? We see something, we get that little dopamine hit, and we swipe the card. By planning ahead, you put a crucial bit of space between that want-it feeling and the buy-it action. That space? That's where discipline is born. And a super powerful tool for this is the 30-day wait. It's so simple. For any non-essential purchase, you just write it down and you wait 30 days. You would be absolutely shocked by how many of those I gotta have it items you completely forget about by day 30. It's the ultimate filter for separating a fleeting want from a genuine need. And that leads us right into rule 4. Mr. John totally stopped buying cheap junk that was just destined to break. Instead, he started thinking of his purchases as investments. He bought fewer things, but better things, things that were built to last. It saved him a ton of money and, maybe more importantly, a ton of headaches.
This quote says it all, doesn't it? The math is so simple, but we ignore it all the time. Real value isn't about the cheapest price tag today. It's about what costs less over the long haul. Quality isn't expensive, it's an investment.
Rule 5 is all about the incredible power of focus. You just can't do everything at once. If you're chasing 10 different goals, you're not really making progress on any of them. So Mr. John picked just 3, a maximum of 3 major financial goals for the year, and ruthlessly ignored everything else. Yep, 3. That's the magic number. It could be pay off the car, save $5,000 for an emergency fund, and invest in a new certification. This kind of laser focus is what creates real, massive change, not just shuffling things around. He also realized this minimalist idea wasn't just about money, it applied to his physical space too. A cluttered house, it turns out, leads to a cluttered mind. A closet overflowing with clothes you never wear, that's just decision fatigue waiting to happen every morning. By simplifying his surroundings, he lowered his daily stress and freed up precious mental energy. Now pay attention because this one is huge. He started treating his time and his energy as his most valuable assets because they are. He said no to draining social events that left him feeling empty and started investing that time in the few high-value relationships that actually lifted him up and inspired him. Who you surround yourself with really does shape your destiny. And you can literally see that shift right here. He consciously reallocated his time away from things that were a net loss, draining his energy and his wallet, and poured it into things that gave him a real return on that investment, both emotionally and, you guessed it, financially. The last 3 rules are all about maintenance, protecting this newfound clarity. So Rule 8, protect your energy. A tired brain makes bad money decisions. Rule 9, filter your information. He tuned out the constant noise from financial news and social media to focus on his own plan. And finally, Rule 10, review regularly. He'd schedule time to check in, see what was working, and let go of what wasn't. So after all that, what happened? What was the result of a year spent living by these new rules? Well, to put it simply, Mr. John's life was completely unrecognizable. That constant nagging anxiety, it was gone, replaced by this quiet confidence. The financial chaos and the clutter, replaced by a dead simple, effective system. He wasn't just getting by anymore, he was actually in control. He finally understood that real financial freedom isn't about getting a bigger paycheck, it's about having a better blueprint. And you know, the best thing about Mr. John's story is that it's not some unique one-in-a-million tale. This exact blueprint is sitting right here, waiting for anyone who's ready to cut out the fluff and focus on what truly matters. So how do you even start? Here's the key. Don't try to do all 10 things tomorrow. You'll just get overwhelmed. Instead, just pick 3. The 3 rules from this list that jump out at you the most. And for the next month, just focus on mastering those. Make them a habit. Then, and only then, you can start to layer in a few more. That's how real, lasting change happens. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. When you look at your own life, your spending, your time, your stuff, what's the one piece of excess, that one bit of clutter that you can cut out starting today?
If you want simple financial tips like this, subscribe to this channel, Findolax. New videos every week. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.